Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be grading the biggest trades from the off-season last year in 2024. Now that the playoffs have rolled around, we're at the conference finals right now. So I thought it would be a great time to give them grades from last season. But before we jump into that, please do make sure you are subscribed, as 99% of you are not actually subscribed. And it helps me grow the channel and keep putting content out. I do love doing this. It does really make me happy putting videos out for you guys. So please do hit that subscribe button and show some support for me. And let's jump right into it. So the first trade we are going to be grading is the Wizards dealing Denny Avdia to the Blazers for Malcolm Brogdon, Bob Carrington, a first round pick and 2 seconds, and the Blazers obviously received Denny Avdia. I think this trade was great for the Blazers. This is a solid B+ trade for the Blazers right now, just because of the season Denny Avdia has had. He's been great. He's averaging a career high in points, as well as also just showing a lot of promise on the defensive end too. I think moving him to a more developing team like the Blazers, where he can be around young guys, he has that room to make those errors, has been really good for him. So I've got the Blazers at a B+. For the Wizards, I've got them at a B. You've got Malcolm Brogdon, who's a dispensable asset. He's a dispendable asset. You can trade him for little pieces here and there. They got a first round pick out of it. They got 2 seconds. And they also got Bob Carrington, who's been one of the better rookies this season. So I've got the Wizards ranked at a B for that, and the Blazers at a B+. And up next, we have the Oklahoma City Thunder trading Josh Giddey to the Chicago Bulls for Alex Caruso straight up. Now, I think this was one of the most win-win trades this season, especially for a championship contending team like the Thunder. You get Alex Caruso, who can come off the bench. He can get you a couple of points, and he can really defend hard. That's where his potential comes in there. That's where his promise and what he brings to the team comes in, is on the defensive side, and he's shown that greatly in the playoffs with his defense so far coming off that bench. And on the flip side, you've got Josh Giddey, who has had a career year for the Bulls and is looking like the future of the Bulls right now at that point guard position. I mean, bringing in someone like that who can literally do everything, pretty much a walking triple-double. We've seen him get so many this season. He's been really good for the Bulls, and I think he's going to continue to be good for the Bulls. So I've got both of these actually at an A for both teams here, which is something that you might see a little bit more coming later on in this video. But I do think this was one of the most balanced trades for both teams. They both got great pieces out of it. Josh Giddey is obviously going to be there for a while in that young core around the Bulls. And you've got Alex Caruso, who can bring that defense off the bench and just that nagging, great perimeter guard-esque defense that you're going to need come playoff time. Now, next up, I was unsure on whether I wanted to include this trade or not, because I have missed some of the smaller trades. But just because of his impact on the team this season, we're going to grade the Ryan Dunn trade to the Phoenix Suns, where we have the Nuggets receiving Deron Holmes the 22nd pick in the 24 draft, and the Suns receiving the 56th overall pick, Ryan Dunn, and 2 second-round picks in the future. Now, I think the Nuggets kind of struck out with this, because Ryan Dunn would have been really good for them. Obviously, the depth that they're missing this season, they've just gone out in the playoffs. I think it would have been a great nagging piece for them coming off the bench. But he has really been one of the brightest spots for the Phoenix Suns this season. So I want to quickly just run over this. I'm going to give the Nuggets an F for this, simply because they gave him away for pretty much nothing. And the Suns also got 2 future first round picks and a 56th overall pick back for him, which is incredible value there. And Ryan Dunn himself has been amazing. So I'm going to give the Suns a B+ on this one. Now, next up, we have Tim Hardaway Jr. joining the Pistons in the trade from the Mavs. The Pistons received Tim Hardaway Jr., a 2025 second round pick via the Raptors, and 2 2028 second round picks. And the Cavs received Quentin Grimes. Now, I think the only person who actually wins from this trade is Quentin Grimes, as he was traded again by the Mavericks, along with the second round pick for Caleb Martin to the Sixers, where he's been going crazy. So really, I think he's the only one that kind of wins from this, because Tim Hardaway hasn't had a great playoffs with this team. He hasn't even really had a great regular season with the Pistons either. He's kind of been a little bit lackluster. We thought he'd be a little bit more of a plug-in piece. He's not been great for them. So I've got them both taking D's on this, because the Mavs essentially gave him away for nothing. And Quentin Grimes ended up leaving the Pistons, coming to the Mavs, then going to the Sixers and having a fantastic season over there with the Sixers. So Quentin Grimes himself gets an A+, but everyone else gets D's here. So next up, we have the Minnesota Timberwolves trading their 2031 first round pick and a 2030 pick swap for the number 8th pick in the draft, which was Rob Dillingham. Now, the Wolves, sadly here, I mean, this would have been really interesting for them if they would have actually played him, but the Wolves get a D on this for me. He played 49 games, he started only one, he averaged 10.5 minutes a game this season. I mean, if you're trading for the guy who's number 8 in the draft, you're going to want to play him, especially at a position where he's probably going to be pretty valuable to you. But he wasn't very efficient in the time he played, anyway from 3. He was a bit lackluster on defense. So the Wolves get a D for this. The Spurs, I mean, they didn't really lose anything. I don't think he would have been any better off on the Spurs. He could have maybe got a little bit more playing time, but obviously as De'Aaron Fox came in, that would have dwindled down for him. They also have Stephon Castle there as well, which doesn't make sense for him to fit. So they get a B plus on this. They got a first round pick out of it and a first round pick swap for pretty much free. I just think that the Timberwolves really struggled with playing him here, and I think they should have played him a little bit more. He's a rookie guard at the end of the day. He needs a little bit of time, a little bit of playing time to break into his role and into his place in the NBA, especially on a team like the Timberwolves that are contending. He could have been a really good help if they could find somewhere to slot him, which they obviously haven't. So the Wolves get a D and the Spurs get a B plus for this trade. Right, next up we have the Pelicans trade for the Hawks as DeJounte Murray. The Pelicans received DeJounte Murray. The Hawks received Dyson Daniels, EJ Liddell, Larry Nance Jr., Cody Zeller, a 2025 first round pick and a 2027 first round pick. Now, straight away for the Pelicans, this is a C. It's not bad. I mean, I don't think he really fits in with the current team. They're a kind of a mess as a whole. With Zion injured, CJ McCollum's getting older. They don't even really know what they're doing with DeJounte Murray at the moment. They're kind of just sat in lower end of mediocrity right now, which is why this trade is as low as it was. I mean, if he went to any other contending team, it probably would be a lot higher because he's pretty impactful. But that team as a whole just haven't had a great year, DeJounte Murray included. Whereas on the flip side, Dyson Daniels for the Hawks has just had an incredible season. I mean, he's All-NBA first team in defense. He has won the Most Improved Player award, I believe, and a couple of other accolades came to him this season. He's had a breakout season. His defense has been incredible. I'm pretty sure he led the league in steals this year as well, which is another plus for the Hawks. They've got a defensive guard next to Trae Young. Now they probably need a couple more pieces to really get back into contending. But this is definitely an A for the Hawks, just a flat A with how Dyson Daniels has broken out this season. And it's a C for how poor this Pelicans team has been with DeJounte Murray this season. Now the next trade we're going to be grading is the first ever 6-team trade in NBA history centered around Klay Thompson. The Dallas Mavericks received Klay Thompson in the second round pick. The Wolves received a 25 second round pick, a 31 second round pick swap, and some cash considerations. The Warriors received Kyle Anderson and Buddy Hield. The Nuggets received some cash. The Hornets got Josh Green, Reggie Jackson, and 2 second round picks. And the 76ers got a second round pick out of it. Now, for the Mavs, I think this is a C+. I like Klay, but I think he is definitely over the hump. And for what they paid for him, it's not too bad, I don't think. I just think he fit a lot better next to Luka as opposed to next to Anthony Davis and Kyrie. But we're going to have to see what that brings. For now, it's a C+. He's averaged 14 points per game this season. He's not looked like his same self that we're used to. He is a little bit over the hump. I don't want to say washed, but a little bit over the hump is the right words to use. The Warriors got Kyle Anderson and Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield has been great for them off the bench, I think. He's got that scoring mentality, especially when you play next to Steph, and a lot of running around through screens, off-ball screens, things like that. Buddy Hield has been great for them, which is why I'm going to give the Warriors a flat B. And the Hornets got Josh Green, who's been pretty contributive to them this season, as well as 2 second round picks. So I'm going to have them, for what they gave up, it's not bad at all, giving them a B+ for this trade. Now, next up, we have the Kings adding DeMar DeRozan in a 3-team trade. The Kings received DeMar DeRozan. The Spurs received Harrison Barnes and a 2031 first-round pick swap. And the Bulls received Chris Duarte, Raquan Gray, and 2 future second-round picks. Now, this is a D for the Bulls. The Bulls got absolutely fleeced on this, I believe. I do not think that this was enough for them to give up DeRozan. I think instead of taking players, obviously they needed it for salary filler, I get. But I think there should have been at least 1 first attached instead of those future seconds. I mean, DeMar DeRozan might be slightly over his hump. I mean, he's still great. He's still incredible. He can still bring you scoring. but he's definitely worth more than what they got back from him. So for the Bulls, I'm giving them a D. Now for the Kings, if you asked me at the start of the season, this would have easily been A minus, B plus, somewhere along there. But I'm going to give them a flat B, as they did end up also trading for Zach LaVine. They have Domantas Sabonis as well. There's no way this team should have underperformed the way they did. They're kind of stuck in that lower end of the West in mediocrity. So they may look to move everyone, but for what they gave up, it's not bad value at all. To bring DeMar DeRozan, a deadly scorer like that, a sharp scorer like that, it's just a flat B. And the Spurs, again, it seems with a lot of these trades that the third team is kind of winning it. They received Harrison Barnes, who's been stellar starter for them. He started in all 82 games this season, averaging 14 points per game. And they also got a 2031 first round pick swap. So I'm going to give them a B+. They got that pretty much for free again. It does seem to be a pattern with some of the trades that happened this offseason, that the third team involved gets the best end of the stick come to the end of the season. And now into one of the big splashes, one of two big splashes that the Knicks made past offseason. They received Mikal Bridges, Keita Bates-Diop and Juan Pablo Vauler in exchange for Bojan Bogdanovic, Mamadi Diakate, Shake Milton, 5 first round picks and a first round pick swap all go into the Nets. So for the Knicks right now, this is an A+. They have done incredible getting this roster that they have. They're in the Eastern Conference Finals right now. It's nothing less than an A+ for someone like Mikal Bridges. At the start, everyone thought maybe 5 first round picks is a little bit overpaying for him, but definitely not with the team they've put around him, around Brunson, around Towns, who's coming up shortly. It's been incredible for them this season. They're definitely not regretting this, and it's a solid A+ for the Knicks. Now the Nets, depending on what they're doing this season, they were kind of sat in mediocrity this year. They have those 5 future first round picks from New York. Maybe they're looking to rebuild. Maybe they're looking to open their treasure chest and get a Giannis trade done. We don't know yet, but this is definitely an A trade for them. They maximized Mikal Bridges' potential and got the max amount back for him, while also now loading into a little bit of a rebuild. It's definitely an A for the Nets as well on this. And the second big Knicks splash, the Knicks added Karl Anthony Towns in a 3-trade blockbuster deal from the Wolves. So the Knicks got Karl Anthony Towns and the drafts rights to James Nnaji. The Wolves received Keita Bates-Diop, Dante DiVincenzo, Julius Randle and a future first round pick from the Knicks. And the Hornets received Charlie Brown, Daquan Jeffries, Dwayne Washington Jr., 2 future seconds, another second round pick this year and cash considerations. Now, for both the Knicks and the Wolves, this is an A+ on both of their ends. Julius Randle has been incredible for the Wolves this season, especially in the playoffs. Of course, they did lose, well, are currently losing 2-0 to the OKC Thunder. But both of these teams, both the Knicks, both the Wolves, have made the Eastern Conference Finals. So there's no way this is anything less than an A+ for both of them. But add a little bit more on for the Knicks, because Karl Anthony Towns is having a career season, man. He's been incredible this season, next to Jalen Brunson, next to Josh Hart, next to Mikal Bridges. He's been immaculate. So it's an A+ for the Knicks, an A+ for the Wolves. And the Hornets pretty much gave up nothing for this anyway. They got 3 first round picks out of it and some salary filler pieces. I'm not too sure on how much these guys have played, because I haven't really been watching Hornets basketball this season since LaMelo went down. But it's definitely a B+ for them, because they got 3 second round picks out of it for free pretty much. And yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Please make sure you leave a like, subscribe if not already. All my links are in the description down below. I would just like to say thank you guys for the support in the past couple of videos. I mean, I've not seen this much viewership in a while, especially since I've come back and started doing this again. So the constant support does really mean a lot to me. So if you guys could leave a like, subscribe, it does help me grow the channel. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.